seniors, when you think about Malik and you think about Leonard, those are two guys that welcomed me into their program. It was their program before I took over as a head coach. And so I'm proud of those guys. Both of those guys have kind of sacrificed the game a little bit for the team. And certainly, you know, us winning 21 games and 11 conference games means a lot to those guys. When you think about Al Freeman and Sam Hunt, I also want to thank those guys because those guys came and trusted in me before I coached one game here. And so it's a special evening and special night for those guys because it doesn't always work that way on senior night. You don't always have a chance to get a win. And we talked about that before the game. I talked about it to the underclassmen. I told them that one day they would be in this situation, and I wanted them to play as hard as they could for the seniors to give them an opportunity to win their last game in PNC. When you look at the game, I thought it was I thought both teams were a little flat in the first half. I thought it lacked energy, but I told our guys to just stay the course. And in the second half, if you stay together and we find the energy and we play hard, I thought we could win the game. And give those guys credit. I thought we did it on the defensive end. You know, we shared the basketball. We really took care of the basketball. When you look at it, we had 12 assists on 26 made field goals and only had 4 turnovers, and we were able to turn those guys over. So excited, guys. It's been a great regular season for us. I want you to think about something. You know, we were 10-3 in the non-conference, and our 5th game into our season, we were able to beat the number 2 team in the country in Arizona. You know, we started off the ACC play. We lost to Clemson by 17 or 18, and then went to Notre Dame and obviously lost by 30. And for these guys to bounce back and win 11 games, it says a lot about the character of the kids that's in that locker room. So I'll take questions at this time.
Coach, I'm wondering if the way you guys are playing coming down the stretch, do you like the way you guys are playing and feel like you accomplished about as much as you could have in the regular season?
Yeah, I'm excited about the way we're playing. If you think about it, you know, winning 5 out of 6 games to end the regular season, that says you're playing very good basketball. Our guys are starting to figure it out. We're sharing the basketball. I've talked about this all year long. When you look at our team, in order for us to be successful, we have to play together. And I think our guys are starting to understand that, you know, we've got to be a high assist team and low turnover team and take good shots, and we're starting to do that.
When you alluded to the Louisville turnovers, did you guys basically look at it, if you just don't do silly stuff, Louisville will basically will hurt you. I mean, they just, you know, they hurt themselves over and over with their turnovers. Anything that you guys stress that to kind of make sure you guys don't also not turn it over?
Yeah, you know, we've talked about taking care of the basketball, JC, every game. That's a very good basketball team. You know, they're long, they're athletic, but we were able to force them into some bad situations. I thought our defense was as sharp as it's been in a long time, meaning that we were locked in on the defensive end. Even when we wasn't scoring the ball in the first half, I thought our defense was good.
Kevin, I want to ask you about that defense. You said it was so sharp. In contrast to what happened Thursday night, just what was practice like? I guess yesterday's the only day you really had to do it to get that turned around so quickly.
Yeah, it's Steve. These one-day turnarounds are tough. For 3 years, I had to do it in the CAA. We would play Thursday games and turn around and play Saturday games. The lucky thing for us, we didn't play Thursday and have to play a 12 or 2 o'clock game. So on Friday, we watched a lot of film and we went on the floor for about an hour and we tried to clean some things up. In one-day preps, you gotta rely on how hard you play opposed to what the team's running because you don't really have a chance to kind of go over everything that they may run. And so I had to rely on some of our older guys to obviously pick up some things just by watching film, and I thought we did a good job. We cleaned up a lot of mistakes that we had made on Thursday.
You guys hit that 13-0 run about midway through the second half there to really kind of take control. What do you feel like fueled that run?
Well, I just thought, you know, I've said this all along, and I think you guys are starting to believe it now. We're in better shape than most teams towards the end. Not saying that Louisville's not in great shape. I'm just saying, you know, based on our guys, we typically close games pretty well, and I thought we did tonight.
Yerkes missed a couple of easy shots in the game. He could have taken him out mentally, but you know he kept his poise and made some blocks for you at the end that were really big. Just is that part of the maturing of maturity this year?
A lot of coaches would have said it's not his night, and you know wouldn't have played him because he was struggling early. But you know, listen, I got to go with the guys that's got us here, and that kid's had a tremendous year, and so he did. I tell everybody, my assistant coaches over there yelling, "Get him out! He's missing shots," and I was like, he didn't mean to miss the shots. He just missed them. So we stayed with him and give him a lot of credit. I thought he did a tremendous job on the defensive end. He had 5 blocks?
5 blocks.
Yeah, and playing against Honest Mahmoud and Ray Spalding, they're one of the 2 top shot blocking guys in the country, and I thought he was just as good as those guys on the defensive end.
Is NC State an NCAA tournament team?
I don't know. The committee will have to decide that on next Sunday. We look like one. I can tell you that now. I think when you look at, we've answered every question that NCAA teams have in the past. The past was all about how you finish the season. Well, we finished the season well. It's about, can you win on the road? Well, we won on the road. Who do you beat and when you beat them? We've beaten 5 top 25 teams and at least 4 top 20 teams. So we got 11 wins in the ACC. And so I'm going to let you guys make the case instead of me making it. I'm just giving you some facts.
When you go against guys like Darrell Moore and Kumaji and today Mahmoud, how important is it to get them to move their feet on the perimeter, get them away from the basket where they're a little, kind of in a unique situation where they very much more want to be in the lane?
Yeah, I mean, you got to, we run a lot of ball screens, and what makes it tough, like, you got teams like Louisville that switch 1 through 5, and Honest is able to sit in and guard your guards. It's tough on you. So, we wanted to get a lot of ball movement and player movement and not watch and stand there. And even when we threw the ball inside, we wanted to have guys cut off of them. And I thought we did a good job. I thought we found our stride in the second half. Even though in the first half, we had scored 33 points, but we're a more explosive offensive team, and we were able to get some good looks.
Coach, if you're able to flip this thing and build a consistent winner, how much gratitude would you say is owed to the senior class this season?
Oh man, a lot. I mean, when Coach Yao hired me, we talked about our roster, and we didn't know who we would have. We obviously, you look at it, we lost a lot of pieces from last year, a lot of really good basketball players that I would have liked to coach. But at the end of the day, the guys that decided to stay in this program has battled, and we're making NC State something that we're proud of. We want to punch the clock every time we play. We might not be the most talented team, but we're going to play hard. So those guys, I give a lot of credit, because it would have been easier for those guys to vote. Amir Uric-7 could have stayed in the draft or played professional basketball somewhere. Leonard Freeman could have decided to be a 5th year. Malik could have decided to transfer and even have 1 year to play. And so I give those guys a lot of credit. Without those guys, we would not be here.
What are some of the things you're most proud of this entire season?
Well, I'm proud of this group because we've been able to take a group that most people say couldn't win or wasn't tough enough, or what do you guys call it? That NC State stuff? What is that? I don't know what that is, but the NC State stuff. And right now we've been able to stuff the stuff. So I would love to not hear the NC State stuff anymore after this regular season. So, I'm proud of these guys. Our guy, my assistant coaches have done a tremendous job. So a lot of people ask me. I think I had the question the other day. They said, "Well, this is the second time you've taken over a program and won in year 1." And I said, I had a lot of practice, because when I was the head coach at Hargrave Military Academy, we never had anybody back. And so I had a different team every year. So I'm not telling you that I won't have any of these guys back, but I'm used to teaching from day one. And, if you're a basketball coach, you want to be a teacher, and that's what I pride myself in, teaching.
Speaking of being a teacher, what would you grade yourself on a report card?
That's not up to me, but I know you will grade me soon. So. Yeah, I don't take credit for any of this. I give all the credit to everybody around the program. Our fans are tremendous. I give Coach Yao credit for giving me the opportunity to coach here. It's our players and family. I thank the Lord for the opportunity.
Coach, this will be your first ACC tournament. Are you a little excited to get there and just kind of see what it's all about, and the sights and sounds, whatever, the games, the whole thing?
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, too.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, but not to where you think I'm overwhelmed and, I'm not going over there Google-eyed because I'm going to the ACC tournament. I've played everybody that's there. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity. I'm excited to see what my team can do in the tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.